And welcome everyone. So the topic that we are going to discuss today is the Dowry Prohibition Act 1961. The object of this act is to prohibit giving or taking of dowry. Before moving to the sections, I would like to remind you that please keep the bare act of these provisions with you. So here are my notes. Dowry Prohibition Act 1961 was enacted on 20th May 1961. The object has been discussed earlier, that is to prevent giving or taking of dowry. First section is not really important except for the fact that these act is not applicable on Jammu and Kashmir. Secondly, section 2 provides for definition of dowry. So definition of dowry is that it means any valuable property or valuable security given or agreed to be given directly or indirectly by one party to other party or by parents of either party to a marriage. So both these things are to be kept in mind, that valuable property or valuable security, even if there is an agreement to be given, uh, then also this thing becomes dowry, whether or not you have given or not actually, but if even there is an agreement, then also it will consider to be dowry. Two situations: by one party to other party, or by parents of either party to a marriage, or by any other person to either party to the marriage or to any other person. So this dowry can be given at the time of marriage or before the time of marriage or at any time after the marriage. In all these three scenarios, it will consider to be a dowry. However, there is this exception. Meher is not considered to be dowry because it comes under the Sharia personal law. So this is sort of a stridhan to be given to a woman under the Sharia law. So this is an exception to the dowry law. Third section is penalty for giving or taking of dowry. Someone who gives or takes or abets the dowry, taking or giving of dowry, then that person shall be penalized under this section. And this act is retrospective in the sense that it will apply after the commencement of act. So before the commencement of act, that is before 1961, if some sort of dowry was committed, then it won't be punishable. However, after 1961, if dowry has been committed, then it will be punishable under this act, and the imprisonment for that would be not less than 5 years, and the fine is not less than 15,000 rupees or dowry amount, whichever is more. So if the amount of dowry is 20,000 rupees supposedly, so that will be the fine along with the imprisonment. So here this plus sign implies that along with imprisonment of 5 years, the fine will be 15,000 or above, whichever is more. Now, provided that court may provide adequate and special reasons and provide for a punishment which may be less than 5 years. So, please remember these imprisonment and fine amount because we are going to read more about penal sections. So, these are really important sections because they will confuse you in the exam, because third section says something and third A section says something else. So just keep in mind the amount of fine and also the imprisonment. Here it is not less than 5 years and 15,000 is the amount, or whichever is more. So now coming to section 3 clause 2. Nothing in clause 1 shall apply to what? Two scenarios are there. Presents which are given at the time of marriage to the bride without demand. So if presents are given to the bride where there was no demand, then these presents are not considered dowry. presents given to the groom without demand, then they are also not considered dowry. However, in the first situation, provided that a list has been maintained as per the rules under this act. So there are some rules along with this act for serving the purpose of this act, and those rules provide how that list has to be maintained. So in that list, presents that are given to bride or presents that are given to bridegroom, list of both has to be maintained because it is given in the provided condition, and provided further that where these presents are given by bride's side, it should not be excessive. So if the status of bride's side is really poor one and they are providing really expensive gifts, then that becomes really fishy. So that excessive amount of presents cannot be provided under this act and they are restricted here. So here we go. Now section 4 talks about penalty for demanding dowry. So the penalty is 6 months, which may extend to 2 years, and so here it is given and, which means that along with fine, the fine may extend to 10,000 rupees. So from a range of 0 to 10,000 rupees, uh, the fine may be imposed on that person. The conditions provided here is that for adequate and special reasons, the court may impose an imprisonment which may be less than 6 months. So this section is applicable on those people who ask for dowry from bride or even from groom. Then the imprisonment is 6 months and which may extend to 2 years. And imprisonment may be given less than 6 months, but adequate and special reasons should be recorded in the judgment. Now moving to section 4A, ban on advertisement. So if someone provides newspaper, periodical, journal, or through any other media, any advertisement, and that advertisement contains that a share in his property or money or both as consideration for marriage, then such advertisement is banned under this particular section. Now clause B. Clause B talks about that if that person prints or publishes, circulates the advertisement in clause A, then also that person shall be liable under this section. Now punishment for doing all these things is that the punishment is that imprisonment which is not less than 6 months and which may extend to 5 years. So again, as same as section 4, 6 months, but however it may extend to 5 years because advertisement is a huge thing. So so the imprisonment is also more, or fine which may extend to 15K. So here the clause is or, and if earlier the clause talked about and. So here also for adequate and special reasons to be recorded in the judgment, the imprisonment may be less than 6 months. So it is same as section 4. Now section 5 is short and simple, that agreement for giving or taking out dowry is void.